Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy. Thank you, Vanessa. And we're here thanks to Bryden's Lawyers, unable to work due to injury or illness. Contact Bryden's Lawyers. We've just spoken to Nathan Hindmarsh. The program has an eating flavour about it this morning. Hindmarsh travelling around the New South Wales, just eating, just doing his best, Nathan. And he said he'd packed on 6 kilos with Clubs New South Wales. Eating at all our clubs, some great meals that you can have. But we've got another man that's pretty good on the tooth also, mate.
Hindy is a self-confessed great eater, but he doesn't hold a candle to our next guest, who is a social media phenomenon on one hand and a fantastic competitive eater on the other. Ranked number 1 in Australia, number 5 in the world, James Webb joins us from the Big Apple. Tell us what you're doing in New York, James.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. I'm going to compete in the Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest in a day and a half.
Yes, and this has been going for a while, so let's just tell listeners straight away how the contest works. You get 10-minute periods to eat as many hot dogs, complete with rolls, as you can. Are we talking heats and semis and a final, or is it just one in, all in?
Yeah, so look, the qualifiers have already taken place. It's basically like the grand final. It's the biggest event of the year.
And did you watch any of the qualifiers? And are you worried about? Is there anyone that's just jumped out of the ground and is a great hot dog eater that you didn't know about?
Yeah, look, to be honest, we all kind of keep in touch. We kind of know who's who, but there's always like a dark horse. You know, I was that dark horse 2 years ago. So look, I'm actually looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. I just want to eat as many hot dogs as I can and hopefully eat more than the person next to me.
James, you're a boy from Borkham Hills. When did you know that you were a good eater or that you could eat like no one else?
I kind of started this as a bit of a joke in like May 2021. And then I kind of got into contest eating and I realized I'm quite good at it. And it's kind of like anything. Look, I'm a competitive guy. I'm pretty stubborn. So once you learn how to like train, I trained to get better at eating and now I'm here.
How do you do that, James? How do you train to get better at eating, apart from just eating more?
Well, look, there's a physical aspect. I spend a lot of time in the gym. You've got to be relatively fit to be a competitive eater because, believe it or not, you do get puffed out. But obviously eating, like you pick up techniques and strategies along the way. So like, honestly, there's a physical aspect and an eating aspect.
We're looking at you in the car. This is being YouTubed as we speak. And you're a specimen, James. You've got a good rig. You're not look like a bloke who's just sitting there chomping on hot dogs all day. So how much training do you do? Are you a bit of a gym junkie aside from being a hot dog consumer?
Firstly, thank you. Can you tell my wife that? I appreciate that. But yeah, look, I train a lot in the gym every morning, most nights, just depending on what my schedule's like. But honestly, like, yeah, besides eating, my life is like eat, sleep, train, repeat. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot. If you want to be good at it, it is a lot. Obviously, I do a lot of travel. I spend a lot of time in America. But look, it's fun. And I love training. I love gym and I love food. So I get to combine the best of both worlds.
James, how many hot dogs do you think you'll have to eat in a day and a half, like in a couple of days' time at the competition to win?
Look, I have a crazy feeling the winner is going to be really close to 60. So I'm going to go with I need to eat 60.
Right. 60. And now it's a 10-minute period. You're not allowed to vomit. Yep. You can have water. Are there any other rules I've left out there? 10 minutes to consume as many hot dogs, complete with buns, 5 on a plate at a time. Are there any other rules there I've left out?
No, look, you can choose any drink as long as it's non-alcoholic. I like to use sugar-free cranberry juice. That's just kind of my go-to in the States. But yeah, basically, you can't leave the table. Nothing can leave your body, and you've got to eat more hot dogs than the guy next to you.
So when you started, when you realised that you could do something special in 2021, what was it that you did? Like, did your wife cook you 10 hamburgers or something? How did it happen?
There's a very famous burger challenge in Cessnock called at the Khartoum Hotel. It's like a 5-kilo burger with some wedges and some onion rings and stuff. And basically, like, nobody has ever done it. Or 50 odd people had failed. Mm. So I just turned up one day on the way to the Hunter Valley and I smashed it in like 23 minutes. And that was like just a joke. I just did it because, no one can do this sort of thing. But then I kind of found out about the world of competitive eating.
And I'll tell you what, Joey Chestnut, 16 titles at this Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. Now, he's not there. A little bit of controversy, rival endorsement, so he's not allowed to be there. Am I right in thinking that his record is 76 and you're predicting about 61 will be required to win it, James?
Yeah, look, I'll be honest, Joey Chestnut, probably the greatest eater of all time. He set standards that I don't think will ever be met again. The year he did 76, that was unbelievable. That was crazy. I don't think that'll happen again. Even Joey himself has dropped off. Like last year, he won with 62. So 76 was, definitely an outlier. But honestly, people are getting, it's the same as football. Getting faster, bigger, stronger. People are becoming better. So, you never know. Last year I only ate 47, but my practices have consistently been above 50 this year. So it's going to be fierce. It's going to be good. And I think for the first time in a long time, it's going to be a close contest. Obviously it's been the Joey Chestnut show for a while, and look, he's earned that right. But now, honestly, it's going to be between four of us. It's going to be real tight. And I'm talking maybe decided by half or one hot dog.
So are there any of the other three, and as Maddie's already pointed out, and we can see you, we can see you as we're talking. You look pretty good. You look fit. Is there any big units that you're up against? Any really big dude, lard asses?
Yeah, so to be honest, Jeff Esper, the number 2 in the world, he's an ex-professional powerlifter. And Nick Weary is a bodybuilder. And look, to be honest, I love Pat Birdley, love him dearly. He's one of my boys. He's a bit on the chunkier side, but that's just because he runs 2 businesses, doesn't really train. He just loves to eat. And that's, we all kind of have our background. Pat was never really into sports, but out of the 4 of us, he's probably the fluffier one, but he's got the biggest heart. He's the biggest legend.
Hey, James, I've got a couple of real quick fire questions for you because my mind is spinning as I contemplate all this. Do you have sauce, mustard, any condiment on your hot dogs?
Look, you're allowed to, but we just don't have time. If you're serious about this and you want to win, you don't have time for anything. Seriously, I'll be holding my breath for most of the time as well.
What's your favourite food?
My favourite food is pizza.
Okay. What's your record pizza?
How many pizzas
consumption?
can you smash in one sitting?
I've done some crazy stuff. I attempted a 4-man 20-pound pizza challenge once, and I just ran out of time. It was a 60-minute challenge. I had 1 slice to go, and I just ran out of time. But that was probably the craziest one I've ever done. 20-pound of pizza, it's a lot.
Bit like you, Brandy. James has 1.7 million TikTok followers. Ooh, huge following on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. What eating challenge has garnered the best result for you, James, on social media?
Look, to be honest, last year when I beat Joey Chestnut in a chicken wings contest, that video went crazy. And I think that was kind of me earning my stripes and earning my respect here in America. So I'm going to go with that. That was one of my most memorable moments as well.
Well, it's on very shortly. Coney Island, Brooklyn. We're speaking to James Webb in New York, Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. James Webb ranked number 1 in Australia, number 5 in the world. You're there to fly the green and gold proudly. We wish you well. Consume well, James. Thanks for joining us this morning on SEN Brekkie with Vossy and Brandy.
Thanks, fellas. Have a great one. I appreciate your time.
Go get him, James.
Fantastic.
See you guys.
And we'll have sports.
You know what
coming
movie?
up.
I was thinking of a movie when I said Lardass because there's a it might be Stand By Me. It might be I think it's a Steven Spielberg movie, and they're young. It's about young boys on a little trip, and there's a hot dog eating contest, and the champion. They call him Lardass, and they go, chow down Lardass, and then he just throws up.
You're not allowed to throw up in this competition.
No,
otherwise, you're ruled out. Sean Omrod's going to have the odds for the hot dog eating competition shortly. One question I didn't get to, I didn't quite know how to phrase it. I should have just asked, does the Brasco cop it 24 hours later?
No, I'm glad you didn't ask that.
We'll break and come back with much more high-quality fare after this.